Hey everyone, welcome back to Peace, Love, and Ramen, the show behind the show. This is kind of behind the scenes of my main channel and the thoughts about being a YouTuber or making YouTube videos, making content in general, and like the thoughts that come behind that and how it can impact your life. Um, I've been thinking a lot about what I want to do this next year in 2024 and going forward and the things that I want to work on and work towards. And a lot of it seems to be revolving around telling stories, telling a story, telling meaningful stories, and creating characters that mean something to someone that someone can relate to, and possibly doing that through animation or animatics. And some of the things behind that, so it's like you get this idea, and it's like, how do you execute on this idea? And it's figuring out what you want to do with that. With animatics, I've been thinking about how I could do maybe something with Blender and just embracing Blender with its 2D and 3D capabilities and standing out in that way. But then you can also go like the tried and true route of doing like Adobe Animate or Adobe Flash, or maybe doing something totally in a different way of doing something with just, I don't know, puppet animation. I've thought about that actually. It's crossed my mind. I've done stop motion animation before, but like, what is going to best tell the story? And the thing that I really loved about animatics and that I've seen is you can still capture that dynamicism, that the dynamics of motion and speed and stuff. You can still capture that in animatics, and there's a lot of YouTubers that have shown that very well, especially those that have done like animatics for the Dream SMP and stuff. I'm just like, wow, that's pretty awesome. And it's cool because you don't have to animate, you have to have every interpolated frame between that. You can just kind of go off of that. And my arm is getting really tired, so we're just gonna set this phone down. Hopefully I'm still in the frame. Maybe. Yeah. So it's just like you can have this idea and share this idea with a lot of people, and it can feel really cool and awesome. But this is kind of not to be negative, but it's what comes next after that. After the big announcement, you got to put in that work. And a lot of times when people make an announcement about something, they've already put in a ton of work behind the scenes. So it's working on a lot of things behind the scenes, going and having fun and experimenting and trying out new things, and then sharing that with people. And Animax is one of those things for me. Another thing that I want to do this year is just interview people and talk to people. I started my main channel, the first video, basically there's kind of this video before that, but the first video basically was interviewing someone from Yacht Club Games, people that made Shovel Knight. And it wasn't even like an interview of like talking to each other over Zoom or whatever. It was just email. Like, just I emailed him some questions, he emailed me back, and then I just kind of spoke the answers in the video. But it was still a really cool thing to talk to someone that's worked on those things and to see the things that I need to work on. Like with games and indie development, something that is really important is making your first game, but not being super precious about it, just making a game, going through that process, and just making tons of maybe little small games, little mini games, and just going through that process and learning a lot through it, and you'll improve a lot over time. I've seen that with video editing, and just trying out different things each time, trying to improve on different things like audio, and audio is crazy. Like, I still don't super understand it super well, but I'm learning, and I'm seeing videos improving and the edits improving, and impact and story and emotion that you can feel in the video and that I can enjoy watching it while I'm editing it. Even if you have to watch it like tons and tons of times. And it's interesting. I don't know. It's like being a YouTuber, it's kind of like being a filmmaker or making a movie, making a short film. Every video, you're putting yourself into that in some sort of way. And something that filmmakers often say is they're just trying to get across the things that they love and the things that bring them joy, and share that with someone, share the joy of the world and the joy of the things that mean something to them, and to share that with someone. I think that is, for a lot of filmmakers, they want to just connect, human connection. They want to share a story and see that people are connecting to that story, and that story is making a difference in their lives. At least that's how it is for me. And the stories that I write, when I say that, it's like this woo thing in the air. They're like, oh, the stories that I write. But just like writing, I've done some writing like screenplay format and just fictional stories and short stories, kind of some that are just short because they're unfinished. But they're taking things from my life and sharing that in a way that I feel could help someone or impact someone in some way. Like with one of my stories, it sounds really odd, I guess, but I think it would be really cool to show. It's a story about coming of age and kind of leaving home and your life that comes after that. And possibly even, I don't know how, but showing kind of those steps that you take once you've left home and making a life for yourself, like going and buying groceries, making sure you got food in the fridge. Like going to college, that was one thing that you get there and you're like, gotta go to the store, get some food for this week or the semester or whatever. Get the essentials like rice and rice, and what else did I get? Well, ramen, almond milk, eggs, cheese, bread, those types of tortillas, those types of things. Yeah, I digress. But kind of sharing, it's hard to put into words, but the real life things that aren't the super beautiful things that are always shown on social media or in film, those things that are meaningful though, and that are important, and to show the little beauty that's in that. And I think that's one of the reasons I gravitate so much towards Studio Ghibli, or maybe that influenced me to gravitate towards this idea, is that they showed the ordinary as extraordinary. Like in Spirited Away, putting on your shoes, and just the way that she puts on her shoe is, there's thought put into that, because we're all unique. We all put on our shoes in different ways. That sounds weird and sappy, but it's just like cool to see those little things, those little ordinary things be made into extraordinary things. And this year I just really want to focus on that idea of what is unique about me and the way that I see the world, and how can I share that with people to help people to find joy and meaning, and to feel loved, and to look around. For me, like looking around at creation, like going around in the woods, you just can see how wonderful the things around you are, and they can inspire you to create amazing art. Or if you're not an artist, if you're just a YouTuber, if you're just kind of came across this video and you're just you're a person, not just a person, like you're a person. We're all people, we're individuals. And I just think it's important that we find the things that make us happy, and we hold on to those things, and we learn and grow and improve, but we have fun in life. We enjoy our lives, and we enjoy each day, and sometimes maybe live life a little not so always rushing around, like just sitting down in a moment and enjoying that moment. and feeling those emotions and enjoying the things that are all around us, the little small things that can bring little sparks of joy. Like for me, it's like getting Chinese takeout, or going and going out into the woods again, or just going for a walk and talking to myself, or making a podcast, so kind of still talking to myself, but it can really make that difference. And yeah, those are just some of my thoughts, and hope you guys are doing great. It's 2024. It's gonna be an awesome year. See you guys later. Peace, love, and ramen.